I am one of those horse crazy ladies. My addiction started in 1998 when I got my first horse, Honey. At first glance, there was nothing special about her. She was little and brown and just a typical mare. But this horse taught me how to believe in magic and know my place on this planet. Honey was an ex-wild horse from the Penticton Indian Reserve. They have a type of courage where they can go anywhere and do anything with someone that they trust. Over the years, I have put Honey's trust to the limit.
Hey, hon. Hi. Are you getting fat?
In the year 2000, I moved from Penticton to Calgary, where Honey and I joined the Calgary Stampede show riders and made many lifelong friendships with other horse-crazy girls. From there, the summers of university, we spent living out of a truck and trailer, following the rodeo circuit, working for chuck wagon teams. In 2005, my life changed drastically when I moved to Honduras to help my father build a small hydroelectric project. And there was no question at the time that Honey would have to relocate with me. In Honduras, Honey and I started a riding school in a rural part of the country, where employees' children could ride and compete for free. This was a wonderful experience that I will cherish and hold dear to my heart forever. In 2019, I moved back to Canada while Honey stayed in Honduras and retired at our family farm. Moving back was difficult for me because even though I grew up in Canada, I felt really alone and without a purpose. So that's when I decided that I needed to get another horse. And not just any horse, I wanted to get a horse from the same range that Honey was from. So I made some calls, and I even managed to convince one of my old-time horse friends, Heather, to also look into getting a wild stallion for her then 6-year-old son. wasn't long after that Heather and I had the opportunity to pick up 2 young studs. So we drive out to this place, we look at what the horses are there, and we see this absolutely beautiful little firecracker that Heather took. His name is Fireball. And so my options, what I was left with, I took the big ugly one with the big Jughead face. So Jughead became my horse, Fireball became Heather's horse. Now I had this horse, but really I do not have the horseman skills to do anything with him. And I had to start looking around for somebody that could help me with this 5-year-old, 6-year-old wild stallion. And that is how I met Aaron Stelkia.
Hey, you brought apples.
Yeah, I brought a bucket of apples. We'll see if it works.
Well, hopefully it does.
Okay, I'm gonna hop in. Aaron owns and operates Indian Grove Riding Stables out of Osoyoos, BC, that has been doing trail rides for 60 years. His mother, Jane Stelkia, started the riding stable, and between the two of them, they have trained thousands of horses. And not just wild ones, but lots of horses that end up with Aaron as their last chance.
I had a pony. He stands only about like that. And it's stud pony. And I let him go on the reins, and he got himself with other horses and all that. And then he went up past both pasture way up there. And he
steal
got
mares and bring them home.
he brought the big studs couldn't beat him up because he's so small. When they kick up at him, he's underneath. They always miss him. They kick above him.
What was his name?
Big John.
When I first met Aaron, he was going through a really hard time in his life. He had lost his son 5 years earlier and was still really dealing with that sadness. I didn't realize it at the time, but pressuring Aaron to help me with Jughead helped him get back in the saddle again. Aaron will talk about how working with these horses is a tremendous medicine, and that for a while he was forgetting to take his own advice and wasn't spending the time with these horses when he actually needed them the most. There could be a whole documentary about Aaron's techniques training wild horses, but what I've come to realize is that you can't really copy what he does. You have to find a way to adapt his techniques to your own.
I love her. Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal here, Meryl? You got the horse, you got the rope off them and turned them loose?
Yep.
A lot of times what I'll judge them with the length of their tail, the thickness of their tail, body structure. Jowls on the stallions. They start developing the jowls probably around 5 years old. He's been around the feed grounds for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 3. Yeah, probably close to 3 years.
Definitely, to me, a wild horse, you know, when you look around you, they're up and down mountains, so they have to have their own balance before you even go near them. So to me, there's no comparison. If I was to get a domestic horse that doesn't know how to use its own body, then I've got a lot of work just for the basics.
There, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, good boy.
He's kind of giving in.
Yeah, he even did that a bit when I was alone with him over there. I do actually still like him. Watching him here look good. And the age is good. I'm happy with the age.
After watching Aaron, you realize that his techniques work for him because these horses feel his confidence and they're totally comfortable and have a feeling of safety with him.
I like him.
Yeah, he did a good.
He was quite responsive, I thought. Yeah.
He was respectful.
Totally respectful.
Yeah.
No issue at all.
I have been told by other experienced horsemen that these wild horses teach you about your own courage and that it is impossible to lie to them. This is why it took me so long to get to the point to finally ride Jughead. Every day I would show up and Aaron would say, "He's ready, but you're not." Finally, the pressure of competition gave me the mindset to show up and get on. I was nervous because my girlfriend Heather was making a lot of progress with Fireball, and I really wanted to be first on my horse. So Aaron, the reason I wanted to film this today and get this on camera, going to get Jughead, is because he's kind of the reason we met each other, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we first met?
Yeah, you brought him over and you thought he was 6 years old.
And a gelding.
And a gelding, and as soon as I seen him, I said, no, he's still a stallion and he's about 4.
Yeah, he's just really big. Do you think he's gonna remember me?
Oh, I don't know. He might.
Do you think these horses, like these wild horses, do you think that they become really good pets, or do you think they're always a bit like their own animal?
Oh no, eventually they'll all become good pets.
Yeah.
Just when you start them with their like 8, 9, 10 years old, they're really hard to get them
To bond with you?
Yeah.
I have faith in Jughead. I remember when I was first working with you and Jughead, and I really wanted to get on his back, and you kept telling me that he was ready, but I wasn't ready. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And is that because I wasn't like sure of myself, or?
Well, yeah, you could see that you were extremely nervous too. And, you wanted to get on, but the horses can feel it.
Yeah.
You comfortable swing on now?
I think so.
Okay, go for it. You can't really go nowhere, he's hobbled, and I got a hold of him. So. Just come over, don't touch your back. So, now lean down towards that shoulder a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Rub him on the shoulder. No, with your hand, yeah. Rub him like you're going to pat him, but don't pat him. Okay, rub him down.
Yes! I did it! I remember that was like my scariest moment of my life. You don't remember?
Well, I had him snubbed up, didn't I?
Yeah. I plan on feeding Jughead treats. Aaron let me choose a name for one of his new horses. And I called him Milero. In Honduras, this is a word used to describe your best friend, or more accurately, your wingman. And I think that is what Aaron and I are for each other. Ever since we met, we've been encouraging each other and supporting each other to follow our dreams and find a way together to share this story about the Okanagan wild horses.
Your friend?
Around the same time I met Aaron, I had another new man in my life, Lucas. We are now married and expecting our second child together.
I was chasing horses. That's George clucking at the horse to go.
Conveniently, Lucas has experience and a passion for filmmaking. Hang on a sec. Here, put these in your pocket like your tool belt.
See what we've done here? You guys made a mockery of me. Okay, he's got everything he needs.
You're gonna go ahead of us.
I have the drone in the sky right now. It's running out of battery. So.
Okay. Orange Montana to Ryan Houlihan. We really had no direction, except we knew that there was a beautiful story that we had to share. We were together filming the Stelkia family cattle drive when the news came about the missing children buried at the Kamloops residential school. Right then, Aaron and his mom Jane decided that they were going to take their horses to the residential school in a show of support. And this is when we made our first film together, We Ride for the Children. One of the calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Report is about making art together and to find a way to share local stories about our community. And our community here is diverse, and it's built upon a shared love of not only the horses that live here, but the environment that surrounds us. And I think that that is one of the special gifts that these horses give us, is an understanding of our natural environment and how it ties us together. Learning about our local history is an important part of participating in reconciliation. And this story of these horses really exposes our past, proving that what we know as our common history has another version entirely.
But these horses used to be everywhere. They're just on pretty much on reserve now, but they were everywhere. There was thousands of them.
This is why we want to make this documentary, and also why Aaron and Jane are supporting me to share this story about the Okanagan wild horses.
Indian word for horse.
Oh no, it's in Skaha. So that's where Skaha Lake comes from. They say it's a dog. It's not a dog, it's a horse. It's in Skaha. So they call that lake Skaha Lake. It's not, and they say dog lake. It's a horses. It's a story about horses.
We need to dig into our past with new eyes and open hearts. And I hope that these beautiful horses can captivate people enough to care, or at least enough to learn about something that might be uncomfortable at times. During these years of friendship with Aaron, I have also been working on my master's degree through Royal Roads University. I decided as my final research project to explore the topic of the missing Indigenous voice in the history of the Okanagan wild horse and also in current management policies. In sustainability science, it is understood that Western society needs to undergo a paradigm shift. We have to stop seeing ourselves as separate and distinct from our natural world. We are just single threads in a complex web of interdependencies. And this is really similar to the Silk's worldview, where there is an importance in constantly finding balance amongst people, animals, the weather, your landscapes, and everything acting with its own agency. I hope that these horses that live in this strange place between wild and domestic have the power to communicate this concept to a wider audience. This documentary won't just discuss what it means to be wild. We want to explore this definition from a historical perspective and even consider if it matters at all. I'm personally very excited for this next year of researching and filming because I can think of no better way to spend my time than with Aaron and our families out chasing wild horses.
We'll work with him.
Shampoo his mane and tail.
Yeah.
Pull out
Clean
his
up
dreadlock.
tail.
Trim his feet again, although they don't look bad.